Hi and welcome to the Learning Ladder and welcome to another Prepping for 4th grade video. Today I have Mr. Noah with me. So precious. There he is. He's 5 weeks old. 5 weeks and 1 day actually, to be precise. So today we are working on that giant list that I made. So I'm just getting my computer on. I still haven't finished printing all the beautiful. But I think I need to, well I don't think, I know, I need to re-download the software for my printer off the website, off Epsom's website, and then that'll help with me only having the ability to do 10 pages at a time. It's because when I got my new computer I didn't install the software onto my computer. All I did was add the printer, which is not a good thing to do. This has proven it. So I'm going to download the actual proper software onto my computer, and then hopefully I won't keep having these issues where it's being silly. It goes through periods where it's absolutely fine, and then something like now, it can only do 10 pages without not spooling, but it says it sent it to the printer, but it doesn't ever print. Or if it does, it takes an hour. It's really silly. So I'm going to fix that. But first, I'm going to check if my library books have arrived. I think 2 of them are still en route, but I think I'm still going to we're going to go to the library anyway today to get some new books, and also to pick up the ones that are there, and then hopefully when the other 2 come in, I think it's 3 actually, the other 3 come in, then I'll get those a different day. So that's something we're going to do that's not on my list, but I am working on her checklists, so I've nearly finished those, so I'll show you those. So I'm doing it slightly differently this year. So I'm doing her subjects, but then I'm also putting a chore at the bottom, just because, you know, she's coming on for 9 now, or she'll be 9 this year. So this school year. So I think, you know, I mean, she does, if you know, she does do things to help around the house, you know, if I ask her to and things, but I've never done okay, today is your day to do this. I've never done that. My mum never did that with me either, to be honest. You know, she'd just ask me if she needed any help with anything, or I just want to help anyway, and my daughter's like that too. She'll say, if I'm doing something, oh, can I help? Like if I get the mop out, she'll sometimes say, oh, can I mop? But what I wanted to do was to assign her an actual task that will be at the end of her schedule for school, and then, you know, I think she'll enjoy it. I think it'll be fun. I don't think it'll be you know, a bad thing or anything, and it just goes along with life skills and, you know, learning life skills and stuff. So all the things that I put on there she can do anyway, so there's nothing that I'm not suddenly asking her to do something that she's never done before, so she knows how to do all these things anyway, but she'll just get more proficient at them as the year goes on. So I'll show you what I picked for her 5 little activities. I'm making labels yesterday for the homeschool room, so I've made the list of all my labels so I know which ones I need to make, and then I'm going to save all those. Right, I'm just first going to check if my books have arrived, and then we'll go from there. Oh, it was doing this morning. I think there's something wrong with the website because it's not opening. Okay, I'm going to go back to my schedule and fix that, because I noticed I forgot to put something on it yesterday, a schedule checklist, and then I will show you that. So hang on a sec. Noah's gone to sleep, put in his bed, and this is Mr. Luca. See the difference in colouring? He's more darker right now. He's got such cute little cavalier eyes. Look at that face. He's precious. Okay, so here's her checklist. I'll be doing a separate video with our schedule, but this is just going to be her daily checklist. So we've got Monday, language arts, journey through time and dining on science. In the morning, then in the afternoon, maths and art. And her chore for that day is to polish the living room. Then for Tuesday, she's got language arts, journey through time, dining on science, afternoon maths, baking, and then her chore for that day is to brush the kitchen floor. Okay, for Wednesday it's language arts, geography, dining on science, afternoon it's maths, French, and then her chore is to empty the dishwasher. For Thursday she's got language arts, geography, dining on science, and then for afternoon math and IT, and then her chore that day is to make lunch. She'll really enjoy that though, so that'll be fun, so she'll make lunch for everyone. And we've got unit study, which will vary. The first one is our veterinary unit study, then we've got a nature unit study, so they will change, so that's why I've not put the title of what it is, but she'll know which unit study we're on, obviously. Music, her fun school journal, and then the afternoon swimming, and then her chore for that day is tidy bedroom. Oh, I'm so happy I've managed to fix my printer. So it was what I thought, basically, because I'd got a new computer last year. I never actually downloaded the software for it off the actual Epson website. I just added it as a printer. And it's never worked 100% like it used to. Like, I get errors coming up saying run out of paper when it hadn't. It wouldn't show me the ink tanks anymore. I just kind of ignored it until the point where it would literally only print 10 pages at a time. And now I fixed it. So if you have that problem yourself, just go onto the Epson website and download the driver, or whatever your printer brand is. Download the software driver, and then it should work. So it's now working beautifully, so I'm super happy. So I went to the library. I got 5 out of the 6 I'd reserved. The other one's still on loan, so that's why I haven't got that one yet. But I think it is actually on its way, so like it's due to come back. But I did get, my daughter picked several books. I think she picked about 15 that she wanted, and then I picked several for school. So I'll be showing those in an upcoming video. They are for our prehistory side. Those are for our prehistory unit for our first journey through time. So I've got several on the Stone Age. I've got some on Stonehenge. Just basic prehistory in Britain, and then a couple of other ones I read loud, which looks really fun. So I'll show you all those when I do my this is what we're reading for our first unit for history little video, which will probably come out in a couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to getting through those. Now I'm just going to finish printing The Good and the Beautiful. I just need to put some paper in. And then I'm going to print Doctor's schedule. I'm going to print well, I'm going to make the rest of the labels that I need for the shelf, and then print those and start laminating them, so that's going to be fun. Yay! So it's just finished printing. It's really thick because I didn't do it back to back, because my printer doesn't do that automatically. You have to do it manually, but it looks really good. I'm excited, so I'm going to go through that later. As in probably not tomorrow, either tomorrow or the day after. But now I'm going to download the little extras that go with this phonetic zoo, so that I can make it on, so I can start assembling our little cardboard display. This is something that Educational Roots did for her child, and it's such a great way to display all the stuff, to make the little zoo on, and to display some of the words that they actually use. So I'm really excited to print these off. What it does once you download it is it shows you how to put it together, so it gives you the actual display board, or you can use a file folder. I did get the display board, and then it gives you directions how to do it. So the gel card, the gel section, the hominin section, hominin of the week section, and it gives you on then the instructions if you want to do it in a file folder. And then it's got all the pages towards the bottom. So here they are. The Y pen, E cages. This is going to be so fun. I'm super excited. The zoo. The zoo is going to make it fun. The zoo jail. I love it. So I'm going to print all of these off now. I'm just setting up my IW Phonetic Zoo board as per their instructions. So I'm going to show you what I do and where I put things. The card in here, so I'm just going to cut it right across, and then I'll be able to stick that on. Just cut that bit, and then you can just put the card in and out when you need to. Onto the days of the week, and a little instruction piece. Okay, so here it is, all finished. So we've got my phonetic zoo at the top, hominin of the week with the little pocket where we can put those in, the 2 cards. We've got the review section, so review the rule, receive your zoo card, set up your test paper, use a CD player with headphones, take the test, rewrite the corrections, compare spellings, take the same test daily until 100% twice in a row, and it gives you an example of the sheet you can use. Days of the week, prefixes, the months of the year, listen for all the sounds, how many syllables, write the root first, think about the rules. This is the envelope for the address, suffixes, the personal spelling victory at the bottom, and then we've got the hominin chorale, the E cages, the consonant cages, American and Canadian pool, beautiful plurals, the zoo jail, the O cages and the I place, and then the rest of them at the bottom. So the vowel teams, the Y pen, and so on. I'm going up my laminator now so I can laminate those schedules and also some labels too. I'm just laminating them now. Okay, continuing on. Excuse where I look. We've been at soft play. It was so fun. It was really hot there in there, as it always is in those kinds of places in this heat. But we had so much fun. It was a new one that we hadn't been to before, and because they're still doing that whole booking system thing. But anyway, we went. It was so much fun, and they had some really challenging activities in there. So there was things like where 12 feet, maybe 15 feet, no, probably around 12 feet off the ground, little nets, and then plastic perspex screens in between so you could see down, and you had to like crawl over the plastic and then onto the nets, and the little trampoline section. It was really fun, so we had a great time. So that's where we've been. But if you notice, I am back in the schoolroom, which is exciting. So I have moved this schoolroom, I think, twice in the last 5-6 weeks. Because I moved it from one room to the other, then I moved it downstairs because of the puppies, but then I decided actually it's fine, I don't need to do that, so I've moved it back. So I talk about giving myself a ton of work over the summer, but anyway, it's done. Everyone's happy it's back in here. No one really liked it downstairs, including me. So and I don't need it. I was like thinking, oh, maybe with the puppies I should do that, but I didn't need to at all. It was fine. No, so I moved it back. Cavaliers are really laid back dogs. They're not hard work at all. So potty training is going really, really well. I think by the time we actually start back into school, they'll be almost ready, which is really cool. Because see, this is the difference, and this is what we were talking about this the other day. I was talking about this the other day with someone. When you get a dog from a breeder, or from another person, you don't know how they bring them up and what they teach them and everything else. Whereas when you do it yourself, you can instill those basic steps early, and that's what I did. I associated them with the pee pads early so that they knew where to go. Once I could start letting them out, I did into the garden. You know, all of my dogs are fully vaccinated, so I'm not worried about them going out in the garden. Obviously I don't let them around other dogs until they've been vaccinated, but no other dogs are in my garden, so it's fine. So I've been letting them out, you know, after they've played, when they first wake up, and they're all pooing and peeing outside happily. And we've had maybe 2 accidents in the house since I started being able to let them out. So it shows you that when you actually do it yourself and have your dogs from the beginning, that you can really make the step so much easier. Because often if you get a dog from a breeder, at 8 weeks they've never let them outside or shown them any kind of potty training or anything like that, so you have to start from scratch. But with them, I've started doing it from the beginning, so now, you know, it's going to be a lot smoother sailing to potty training. So yeah, I brought it back all the way upstairs, because the reason I put it downstairs is because I was thinking about potty training them, that it'd be easier, you know, to let them out and stuff. But it's been fine. So schoolroom is back upstairs and it's much better. So what I was going to talk about is The Good and the Beautiful. So I downloaded it, went through it all really carefully, compared it to Saxon, looked at all the different ways and methods that they teach stuff. And what I've decided on doing is, if you remember last year, well, still this year, for 3rd grade, over the summer decided I wasn't going to do building spelling skills. I was going to do spelling you see instead. And I decided that I was going to do it for 6 weeks at the start of the year, see how we liked it, and if we did, then carry on. So I'm going to do the same principle with The Good and Beautiful. Is I'm going to trial it for 6 weeks, because doing this the 6 weeks allows us to start our new school year and also still have plenty of time to switch to the other one and finish the other one if I needed to. So if I decided actually no, this is not for us, I'm going to do Saxon. But me personally, looking through it, it's so good. I absolutely love it. It's I think there are lots of components to it that are very similar to Saxon, but just presented in a more colourful and beautiful way, but also engaging. And I love the little activities that they schedule in to make maths fun, because, you know, half the battle with adults is that they thought maths was boring and, you know, they didn't like it and everything else. But the way they present it, I just think makes it more engaging and interesting, and that's what we want. We want people to look at maths in a interesting and fun way, as opposed to, oh, it's boring and dull and everything else. So I am excited to do it. I do think sometimes with curriculums you can worry about, well, are they, to make it pretty and, you know, everything else, are they actually losing the academic side? And I don't think they are, but we'll try it for the 6 weeks and I'll reserve my judgment till then. But from my first impressions of it, I think it looks really solid. I'm really happy with it, so I'm really excited to use it. Someone actually said in I think it was the comments of one of my videos recently, would I you know, explain why or why not I was going to use it, because, you know, sometimes on social media, if you state your opinion or whatever, you're either completely jumped all over and or you're risen up like you're very, very important person because you've shared a similar opinion to someone else, or in the former case that you've completely gone against the grain and therefore you're stamped all over. To me, social media is my opportunity to share things that I'm passionate about, and I wouldn't be me if I didn't share my honest opinion, because what would be the point? So I'm not going to carry away and pretend that I do or don't do something just to please someone else, because what would be the point? I would just literally be talking to the mirror in that case, but just echoing what everyone else was saying, and I just won't do that. I will tell you my genuine opinion. So if I love it, I will tell you I love it. If I hate it and it's awful, I will tell you I hate it and it's awful. I don't pander to anyone. I don't have to answer to anyone on the internet. As long as I'm telling you the truth, that's all that matters to me, and I will do so. I hope that clarifies that. If you're ever hearing me talk about products, it's always my genuine, honest opinion, because there's no reason for me to say otherwise, and I wouldn't. Like I say, strangers on the internet will never stop me from saying what I believe, whether that means I get hate for it or I'm less popular. I don't care, because it's not about being popular. It's not about saying the right thing to please everyone else. It's about being your genuine, authentic self, and if that's not good enough, then there's tons of other people to watch on the internet. And yeah, that's my opinion. You know, there's so much choice. There's something for everybody. So if you want someone who just follows the crowd and does what everyone else does, then you will find tons of people like that. And if you want someone who will actually share their honest opinion about things, you might find people like that. It might be harder, but you know, if you look, you will. But yeah, I don't pander to the whole social media trends at all. I just say it like it is, and you know, if that's for you, then great, stick around. If it's not, then there's tons of other people to watch. But yeah, there we go. So I will definitely always share my honest opinion. So I will let you know whether it's good or whether it's bad. I have no qualms in telling you whether it's good or whether it's bad at all. To me, it's daft if people don't. I mean, what is the point? What is the point of sharing your experience with something if you're not going to tell the truth about it? I just don't get that. But anyway, moving on. So I'm working well and truly through my list. I'm doing really well. I have made all the labels for the shelf. I showed you that in another clip the other day. I just need to check that I have enough Velcro dots. I've got the dots to attach them, as in the ones that are already on the shelf, but I need to check that I have the other end to stick onto the actual label. I think I can just about peel some of them off of the other ones that haven't lost their stick, but some of them definitely had lost their stick, so I do need to count them and see if I've got enough. If not, I'll need to order some of those. Let me know, this is completely off topic, but have you noticed shortages of stuff again? And I'm not saying because people are panic buying, but just because it's not there. Like, I went into a card shop the other day and I was looking for a certain age of, you know, decorations, and they had not a single thing in that age range. It was just bizarre. And then it's the same with pet stuff. I'll go to the shop to get a collar or a lead for my puppies, and there's just none there. I'll go to the shop looking for puppy toys, and there's just none there. It seems like random stuff that you would think, and I'm thinking it's because maybe they're things that would be made in China and, you know, the factories there aren't running. I don't know, it's very bizarre. But yeah, I've noticed some shortages of quite a lot of different things that you wouldn't necessarily think there would be a shortage of. So let me know if you've noticed anything, 'cause I'm curious. because I've definitely noticed when I'm looking around, you know, our shops and things, that there are things that aren't there, and it's weird. Anyway, I know what some people say, it's because of Brexit. I genuinely don't think it's just that. I think it's something else, and it would make sense if, due to everything that's happened in the world, that things in China are not being produced as much as they were, and it just, again, makes, well, it should do, be a warning sign to countries that they should make their own stuff, because it just takes something like this to happen and the whole supply chain goes broke. Anyway, so I'm working my way on my list. Everything is ticking off nicely. I'll give you a little update on my list in a second. And now I'm going to go and do some chores around the house, and then pick up a bit later on with some more planning. I'm starting to want to get things down into my planner, so written down, but I'm going to make a separate video of that and just show you, you know, how I sort of plan out our first couple of weeks. And yeah, so I'll speak to you soon. Okay, next I am going to work on the writing centre. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I need to take out some of the old stuff that we don't need anymore, and then reconfigure what I want to put in here. My daughter's just making a roller coaster out of the Amazon box that just arrived. So Amazon boxes are really helpful to use with their cars. So yeah, that's keeping her busy while I work on some organisation. So in here I've got all our Mad Libs, and then I've got a couple of books with writing prompts in. In this one it's just got a bunch of different paper and card, but I think I want to get a tray to put, you know, one of those trays that you can stack your paper in, because it gets all creased in here. I do have a drawer downstairs with lots of paper in, but I like to keep paper in here as well, for the writing centre obviously. So, but I think I'm going to get a tray so I can actually put the paper in the tray rather than in this box. So in the first drawer I've just got some notebooks, and she's got envelopes down there to write letters obviously. In this one we've got postcards, thank you cards, different types of cards, and then she likes to keep little bits of wrapping paper and things that she wants to use to decorate stuff with, so those are all in there. In this one she's got some fun supplies, so glue sticks, some different types of stamper pens, silly scent markers, some poo glue and bits and bobs, and some stickers and little things that you can decorate with, embellishments and stuff, some tape. Okay, in this one she's got little embellishments that she can use to stick things, glitter, some glue, more crayons, and then seasonal stickers at the back. This one we've got some stamps, and then some writing prompts that have been printed from the prompt book. And this one just again some little hole punches, fun ones, different characters on things, and stampers. More little decorative stuff that she can use. Decorate the beads at the back. If she wants to do any kind of spelling with them. This is just full of fun stamps, and then the bottom two are just full of some curriculum that I'm still going to keep. That's what's in there for now, to stick the labels on so we know what's in each one. I'm going to work on the STEM zone. I've got new labels printed already and laminated, I just need to stick them on. I'm just going to go through and see if there's anything that I don't want, because I want one drawer empty, so I'm just going to see which ones I can take out and use for something else, because I want to put some multiplication things in there. So I'm just trying to think which one I might scrap. Pulling the shelf and the workboxes, but I haven't done in the workboxes yet, just the labels. Okay, I'm going to end the video here. I'm just going to give you a quick list update. I've got my strawberry lemonade from McDonald's. It's so good. I remember during the lockdown I just used to dream about this stuff constantly because our McDonald's were closed completely in the very first lockdown. They wouldn't even open for takeaway, and then when they did open they didn't bring it back, so it's so good. So good, it's my favourite. We only get occasionally because it's super expensive, but it's so nice. Anyway, my list, so I can tick some things off, yay. Right, tidy cupboard and can't even talk. Tidy cupboard and tidy game shelves, no, I haven't done those yet. Organise STEM zone and make labels. I've made the labels, so I'm going to give that bit a tick, but I haven't done organise the STEM zone yet. Organise writing zone, yes, and I've made labels for it, so tick. Make a spelling board, yes. Bind, maths and print. I've printed it, but I'm not going to bind it. I've decided to put it into a folder, so I don't need to bind it, so I'm going to tick that anyway. I haven't put it into the folder yet, so actually no, I'm not going to tick that until I put it into the folder. Oh no, I did! What am I talking about? Yes, I did. I put it in the folder already. So tick that. Plan for 6 weeks. I'm still working on that one. fill workboxes I haven't done. Print off schedule. I printed off my daughter's, but I haven't printed off my one yet. Make her schedule, yes, and I've printed it. So make Magic School Bus front cover. I have done that. I just haven't printed it yet. And make labels for Big Shelf. I've done that. So getting there. So I'm going to add a couple of things to my list. I want to go through some of my curriculum. IW spelling. I want to go through the Gather Round Africa. And what else do I want to go through? IW spelling. I want to go through Gather Round Africa. And what else do I want to go through? I want to go, I've already gone through Beowulf Language Arts, but I just want to check what projects are in the first 6 weeks, but I'm not going to write that on there because I'm going to do that anyway when it comes to my planning. So yeah, I think those are the only two that I really want to go through. So IW spelling, so phonetic zoo. I want to go through my Gather Round Africa unit. Trying to think, was there anything else I needed to go through? It'll come to me and I'll put it on the list if there is. And then I also want to do something else, which again I can't remember, but once I've had my strawberry lemonade I can focus then. So I'm going to leave this video here. Thanks so much for watching. I'm glad I got quite a few things ticked off anyway, and I'll see you in our next video. Take care, bye for now.